channel, which now you're testing me on my knowledge of TV.
Push different buttons and have different shots and cameras show up on your TV. So by pushing this button here, to camera 2, for instance, there's camera 2 is pointing us over here. Okay, and then there's camera 3, which is shooting lots of people. It's not very realistic. Okay. And then we can also, if Tamara, for instance, were to throw to a shot from our helicopter, you may see that from time to time. Tamara will show a shot of chopper line over the new Fort Man Bridge. So by using this machine here,
right now, so I can move them.
By using this machine here, we're able to show you different views of the news. So my job as a director is to look at the whole hour and see what's coming up ahead of time. And that's what I do through the day. I plan out. Tamara's going to be on camera 1 for this item. Mike will be on camera 3 for this item.
Other types of clocks, and when they start to slow down, these patterns start to change color. So they start to get yellow when it starts to slow down. Red indicates that it's a problem area. And of course, every morning there's lots and lots of like red and yellow all across the board. And then we zoom in to the problems that we have, and we look based on the problems. So if there's an accident on the Fort Man Bridge, you'll see the information written on the walls. When you're passing through the TV, you can hear it. You can see or hear what's going on before you get out on your computer. If you're taking transport, if you're trying to decide what you want to do in the morning, this is the place to come and get all of your traffic reports. The other great thing about our relationship with TransLink is they are in touch with all their bus drivers all morning, every day. And those bus drivers give us really great key information up to the second when accidents occur. We tend to get them quite quickly, which makes it even better for the commuters out there. We have lots of bridges, we have lots of videos across the Lower Mainland of bridges and some key areas, such as the Lions Gate Bridge as well. We've partnered up with the Ministry of Transportation, so we get access to all of their cameras. And we have a couple of cameras out there as well, including the Patello Bridge and Oak Street Bridge as well. So we can take you through pretty much anywhere around town and show you exactly what's happening on different bridges. This is the Alex Fraser Bridge right now.
Is it video time?
Yes, this is exactly what's happening there right now. And this is through the massive tunnel line on Highway 99. So 5:30 to 9 a.m. And then Anne tweets a lot of the mornings as well. If you're on Twitter, you can follow her and you can get updates that way as well. You can do this back. Okay, thank you.
Moderation.
I'm glad you're listening. Thank you.
Linda Steele, of course, and Lee Jung Lee. So we'll open it up for some questions. If you've got something that you have always wanted to know, this is the time to do it. And you're just sort of waiting for someone else to take the first step forward, and that's fine too. Is there anybody right off the bat? You guys had a question?
First time I was talking, I just prepared to say you could take pictures of cameras.
Yes.
You don't even worry about it. Because I got a camera from here.
Okay. No problem. So if you want to get a picture with the personalities, you can do that after you're done. Yeah. You're in charge of radio too, right? Yes. So are you in charge of like news lines? No. The beat, QMFM, Team 1040 and Team 1410. Oh, so those radio stations were your point? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, the other ones are owned by another company. Yes.
Dr. Ron, if you're a private practitioner, you probably don't have time for private practice, do you?
Actually, I do. I actually have a full-time family practice in Vancouver. Been doing so for many more years, and I want to tell you how old I am. But I've been in practice a long time, and I actually see patients every day in my office, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. And everybody comes, all my patients have been with me for a long time. We see each other at 8 in the morning, and I see everybody until about 3 in the afternoon, and then I get in my car and I scream down here, and couldn't get it before the show.
So another couple of hours, you're home by about 6 then?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Usually about 7.
7 or 8?
Yeah.
That's a long day.
That's like
Not for me, it is.
And the doctor is like normal for you. Don't tell me there's a light outside of that, okay?
You got a question?
Linda, for what reliable sources do you refer to in looking up your background information as opposed to fraud or to endorse something very strong?
It's a good question. There's so many different places we've done with others as well. It depends on the subject matter. Depends. For me, it's a little bit different because I came from Edmonton about a year ago. So I'm rebuilding a set of contacts with asking other people like me, Joe, who we used before, who's relevant, who's doing a lot of online searching, asking your colleagues, and just starting to build a repertoire. I went from a 0 contact list to 10 months later, hundreds of people in it already. So a lot of it just depends on the day. We're a little mini expert in a subject every day, and then we move on to something else. That's why journalists are kind of a party. We all know a little bit of something about lots of things, but don't scratch too deep sometimes.
Anything else? Yes, in the back.
As far as investigation on the gas prices, we all know they're going up. How deep can you get into the investigation of the gas prices? Like Esso always seems to have the highest gas prices. If you go too deep, do you get your hands slapped?
No, I don't think we've ever experienced that, but it is very difficult with gas prices. That's an issue that's
Other than the taxes, we all know that they take.
Can
you really get to the gas companies and ask them?
Well, you can, but then sometimes do you believe the answer?
That's
I
right.
mean, as consumers, we're all a little bit skeptical when we see the prices go up right before a long weekend and suddenly go back down again. Why are they so high in Vancouver and lower in Ottawa? Sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And then you see a big retailer like Canadian Tire and price fixing with a couple of other retailers, and it makes everybody absolutely more questions. That's a really tough answer to get to the bottom of because you don't really ever hear anything that makes a whole lot of
So
sense.
do you have all the money resources to get to go deeper?
We have a lot, but we also have a big machine to fill, a big monster that wants to be fed and wants to show. So we do the best job that we can do with the resources and the time. And sometimes it's frustrating to not be able to get to the bottom of something. Because you know there's more to the story, so you just keep trying.
Okay.
Well, Jim, yes, sir.
Jim, you've been a reporter and you've been a reader. I still miss you on the 11 o'clock news, but which do you prefer?
Well, you know, I think both complement each other. I had done the 11:30 news, I think, for about 9 or 10 years, and I felt that it was time to have a change. And also, it's difficult, you know, staying up till midnight every day when you've got children. So it was good time to make a change, and it was this opportunity to do investigative reporting. And so it allowed me to work more days, but also, you know, it's challenging. It's very challenging being an investigative reporter. It's not the daily news that you're doing, so you're spending a little more time trying to dig a little deeper. You know, I think this is the right job for me right now at this point in my life, and I really enjoy it. I love the challenge, and I think it's good to have a change. It allows you to grow. And if you're always doing the same thing, you're not really challenging yourself to grow.
Did you come up with the idea of the investigative segment? That wasn't around.
It was, well, we are the first, I think, in Vancouver that started an investigative unit.
It's a great incident.
Yeah, so Tom was a part of that, and my news director, Margaret Harper. She really wanted to have something unique for CTV British Columbia. And so it was a good fit for the station, it was good for me, so it's been a lot of fun.
How do you determine what you're going to investigate? Down to management?
No, it doesn't come, you know what, we get our ideas from all sorts of different sources, you know, Yolanda and Linda. We love the viewer tips, and so we always encourage people to email us, investigative.ca or call us. You know, some of the best story ideas come from the public. You know, if you see something that is a scam or you feel that needs to be exposed, we want to hear from you. Well, you know,
Does it have to be approved to be investigated?
we discuss
restriction.
But you know, there's no in terms of corporate restrictions. I think the only threshold we're looking for is
The
a great
truth.
story.
The
Yeah.
truth,
Yeah.
and that it's legally sound.
Yes.
That's the other thing. You've got to be, their scripts probably, and same with Linda's scripts, probably go through lawyers more than your average story, because you always want to make sure that not only that you're right, but that you're on firm legal grounds. So if you talk about management's involvement or something like that, maybe their stories get a little more care and attention, only because they're enterprise stories that you've got to make sure of, that you're right and that you're legally sound. But other than that, there's no involvement.
Yeah, if you're worried about corporate influence, that, no, it's not in that.
Yeah, question, just a fundamental question. When you do daily news, really, anybody can answer on that. When you do daily news, do you have to memorize everything, or is it you read out electronically and you say that, or how does it work right?
It depends. The anchors read off a teleprompter and they have a script on their desk just as a backup in case the teleprompter goes haywire or the guy falls asleep and starts rolling in at the right time. But all the unscripted parts for weather and sports, when they're talking to each other, that's just off the top of their head and your own chemistry with the team. The reporters out in the field don't have teleprompters, so when they're doing live hits or budget analysis or introducing their own story, some of that is memorization, some of it is ad-libbing. Mi Jung had an incident a few months ago where she was out at the Occupy site, and it was, it's tricky sometimes because it's live television, there's a lot going on, there's traffic, there's people. She all of a sudden gets a heckler who's coming up and yelling at her while she's on live television. So she's trying to maintain composure, continue a thought, and this guy's screaming away. So finally, I thought it was awesome the way she handled it. She was respectful and said, okay, you want the right to be able to have the freedom of speech. So do I. Let me finish this, and we can have our discussion later. And he was tricky. That one will go in he'll probably end up in the blue tapes.
I was in our CTV booth.
You'll get to see some of our equipment when you go upstairs. You'll see some of the teleprompters and stuff. But it's very often because we write all of our own material.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. We write all of our own material. It's all vetted through ourselves for accuracy. So sometimes those teleprompters go down, but because you've written it, you know exactly what you need to say because there are the points that you want to get across.
That's hard work.